I don't think I have ever met nor heard of a single person, even if that person is not very musically inclined, who would never heard the name of famous Moonlight Sonata by Ludwig van Beethoven. Upon requests from some of my subscribers, as well as some private messages I have been receiving, in this very video, and of course given the popularity, the tremendous popularity of that first movement of Moonlight Sonata, in this video I will be giving you step-by-step guide, and I mean I will literally guide you through this piece. I will be demonstrating everything live for you as usual and giving you my advice on voicing, pedaling, phrasing, and specific practice methods and techniques, and of course with my detailed explanations to make your practicing experience easier and much better. Okay, do be sure to watch this video till the very end. You are worth it, and this song is worth it. And when you guys ask me how long is it gonna take me to learn this song, any song, say that Moonlight Sonata, it will take you for as long as it will. Are you guys ready? If you are, let's go. Welcome back to Concert Pianist Piano Coaching. I'm Anna Chepikova, internationally certified, classically trained concert pianist, artist of solo piano, and piano instructor. I have over 25 years of coaching, piano teaching, and performing live on stage experience, and I've prepared numerous of students to just be enthusiasts in piano, to be studying at the Juilliard School of Music in New York. So thank you again for joining me this evening or afternoon or morning. If you're new to my channel, guys, welcome. I do highly encourage you to click that red button in the right lower corner of your screen that says subscribe. Please do so, and that notification bell right next to it. The bell will not ring, but you will be the first to know about my every and each upcoming video material I will be uploading. I know that YouTube also enjoys those likes, comments, and subscriptions, so everybody wins. I will really greatly appreciate you guys participating and supporting one another, and leave your comments below and share with each other about your own journey. Maybe you have a question for me or a certain suggestion. So I'll be looking forward to your comments. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, right? Going to the subject, right? The other name for that sonata is Sonata Quasi una Fantasia, Opus 27, number 2, or it's also known mostly as number 14 in the collection of Beethoven sonatas. It is a very famous classical piece that also is known to be called a story without the lyrics. I'll give you a second to absorb that. The story without lyrics. So, can we possibly call it a song if it's a story without lyrics? Because we know that songs have lyrics, right? A beautiful story without lyrics, which means we can make up our own lyrics. Look up in my playlist, I have some videos that I talked about making up lyrics to your music, and how tremendously that helps you with your dynamics, with all the expressive, with nuances, phrasing, and so on and so forth, right? Here's what we have at the beginning. Let's listen for a second. We're going to discuss it together. So, tell me if there is a song that you're hearing yet, or if there's something that we can put lyrics into. When we play those first 4 measures, here's what we have. seconds. Oops, I just gave it away. That's okay. So, the first 4 measures, how can we analyze them? Was there a melody? All we heard was the triplets, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What can we do to make it sound expressive? Boy, I can count multiple times, numerous times when, say, I'm attending a piano recital, or a lot of times I've been hosting lots of my students' piano recitals myself. When you see in the concert program that someone is going to be playing Moonlight Sonata Movement 1, boy, you hear all kinds of things. Some folks say, "Oh, this is going to be long and boring." Yeah. Oh. But then the student comes up on stage and starts creating magic from the very first 2 notes, from the very first 2 bars. And the folk is mesmerized. Wow! They are so in tune with the music. They're so in that zone with the character of the song. They start envisioning things because there are some qualities that the piano player possesses. What qualities are they? The qualities that good instructor will teach them to possess, right? So, in order for us not to receive that kind of a comment when someone hears you starting Moonlight Sonata and go, "Oh, that's gonna be a long day." No, we need to capture our audiences from the very first note, from first couple bars. I'd say from the very first touch that you use on the piano, right? The theme that we spoke about earlier, the song without lyrics. When does it come in? Does the theme come in at the very beginning? What is this? Are you hearing any themes? It sounds like an accompaniment to me, right? Because the theme does not come in until now. That's your theme. That's the song. And I'll stop right there. Did you hear my little notes I've made? The theme starts right there. So what was going on in the intro then? What is the point of the intro if there's no theme? So how in the world can we capture our audiences with that intro, right? If there's no theme, what can we do? That's a good question. I have a feeling I'm talking to a very intelligent folk here, you guys. So the intro itself has what we call a hidden polyphony. I've mentioned polyphony in some of my lectures in the past, so please do go over my playlist again, look it up, and just go lecture by lecture, rewatch it again, because I do talk about polyphony quite a bit. So, what do we do, or what can we do to color up, so to speak, that intro? Check out your bass. Here's your C sharp, right? It changes to B. So it means it's moving, right? It means here's your note A that turns into G. G, F sharp, E. It's not written as a melody. I'm kind of giving away stuff that you would be studying in conservatory or in music school with a good piano professor. This stuff is not written out in any way. It doesn't tell you what to bring out, what to kind of hold back on, but you can clearly hear that we've got A going to G sharp, G sharp goes to F sharp and resolves in E. Isn't a little bit of a melody? And that's how you capture your audiences, by doing it that way, by being able to hear this, what I'm telling you right now. Guys, pay attention, it's important stuff. Here comes the theme. What's going on here? Bring it up. The melody right there. And the rest, check it out. I'm barely touching those three triplets. I heard so many versions of this when the octaves were played this way. Here's your optional one, the wrong one, obviously. Don't want to continue because it was bad option. Option 2, when we bring out that melody and hiding our middle triplet as soft as you can. The rest is soft. Can you hear it? So, in that section, and it will be pretty much very common method I would like to introduce you to, guys. Practice with two hands. Let me show it to you. To get that balance in dynamics. It's not easy, however it kind of is. You just have to practice only on those days when you eat, remember? Right. So, use both of your hands, literally forget the bass for a while, and see what the balance is between right and left. Our goal is to make the melody bring out, right? The voicing. And the left hand will be playing those triplets temporarily. And I'll explain to you in a second why we need to do that kind of exercise. It's crucial, guys. So when you do this with two hands, left hand playing accompaniment, try to do it 3, 4, 5 times, depends of course on your pace, and you know that the more the better success, right? That way your own mind, I promise I will explain to you this method and what is this method used for. You literally start getting used to, your ear will get used to that proper balance between that melody, very crisp, like a starlet, right? Versus that accompaniment. The more you play it with your two hands, the more your own ear will get used to hearing it the correct way. Then, when the time comes, you put both hands together and receive a beautiful balance. Now here we have changes of harmony, minor. Another event in music. Would you agree? That's right. If we go from major, here's your G sharp that represents your major key, and then it switches to minor. It's a huge event in music when major gets switched by its own minor. So, what do you think kind of dynamics are going to be? The same? Option 1. The wrong one. It's like I just played it like as if nothing happened in music. Ginormously important thing happened in music. We were in a major key, which is light, bright. We switched to minor. And I made sure I heard it, and only this way your listener will be able to hear it right along with you. And that is the only way you'll be able to convey the beautiful message without lyrics. So what do you guys think we're dealing with so far, right now? What is the major difficulty or methods and techniques we need to use practicing that beginning of the song? The major difficulty of this whole first movement of Moonlight Sonata, I would say, is that ability to carry that main melody with the 4th and 5th fingers. You've seen me demonstrating that for you live in your right hand, while carrying on the accompaniment within that same hand, with the thumb and fingers 2 and 3 right at the same time. So we need to talk about voicing and balance between those voices in one single hand. We're not talking between bass and right hand. We're talking about what balance we have going on in your voicing within your one hand, within your right hand. Here's those pinkies. And the rest is barely there. Melody goes on. And while you're listening, guys, feel free to possibly come up with your own lyrics. We mentioned that this is a song without lyrics. Well, I can just hear you guys' voices. Boy, it takes a lot of practice to make that balance happen. And that's right. It's a fun practice, and that's the practice that is worth every minute of your life. Now, moving along to the next section right here after we have that wonderful key change from E major. Remember that? Switching to minor, and the melody continues. Be sure everything within your 1, 2, 4 fingers are super soft, right? Same exact thing we just talked about. Continue the melody. Now bass is changing. Isn't it something to notice again? Also, I think it is. What just happened here? Another big event in music that I just previously talked about a few minutes ago, when our major chord was switching to minor. Now, look what we have here. The minor chord switches to major. Also event in music. So I'm just trying to teach you guys just a little bit to read your material more than just notes, because as you know, to play music beautifully, play it like a pro, we have to pay attention to all those little details. And I'm talking about voicing right now and the balance between those voices, especially in your right hand. Throughout the whole first movement, right hand plays a huge role of a melody and an accompaniment combined with one hand. So be aware of that first finger, right? The thumb can be kind of too loud, right? So make sure it's as quiet as you possibly can play it. And here comes that famous part of the arpeggios approaching. Echo. With arpeggios, melody on top of them. Melody, the rest is soft, remember? Here we go. What do we do here? Listen first. And so on, we're back to the main theme. The keys, guys, in that episode is the evenness. And do not overdo with your dynamics there either. It does go to the top, so typically our dynamics is expected to get more crescendo, more louder, and we're going down. As we go down, it's typically getting softer. Think about what I said. If needed, rewind that video a few seconds prior and listen to my example, the way I played it, okay? Great job! Thanks for listening. So let me guys know in your comments and remarks, what did you notice in that episode when we have those diminished chords? Those of you who don't know what diminished chords mean, that's okay. Leave in your comment. Do not know what diminished chord means? Give it to me right now in your comment. Do not understand diminished chords. Or leave the opposite in your comment. I know what diminished chords is. And of course, the ending. What happens at the very, very end? The melody placement positions have switched. We had the melody in our right hand that whole time, this whole song. What's happening toward the end? Let's listen. So for just a little bit, I would like to go back very briefly to what I mentioned to you prior to the beginning of this lecture. I did mention to you about numerous questions my students ask me, and I hear from other instructors that they get asked that same question when folk is asking, how long is it going to take me to learn this song? Any song. How long? So we're talking about the length of time. We're talking about how long of practice you have to do. Daily, preferably. Because what I would answer to this, number one, it's a serious commitment to a regular practicing. Sounds easy. We all heard it before, but guess what? That's the only thing that will work for you. And you will then yourself be able to determine how long it's going to take you to learn one song or another song, okay? The commitment to regular practicing. I'll be honest with you, I'll let you know what I mean by regular. Only practice on the days when you eat. Making a pause here on purpose. So what happened at the very end? The melody is now in left hand. We've got the same melody. Please don't go. Those are my lyrics I came up with. You guys came up with yours. In left hand, therefore, automatically, what do we know? Melody versus accompaniment. Melody is always louder. Accompaniment is now transferred into your right hand. So we have to be very, very careful here. Right hand soft. That's the balance. Barely there, right hand, right? Left hand. I really wouldn't want to bother to play the wrong version, but since I've heard quite a bit of wrong performing of that section in other sections and the whole song, I will have to. I can't resist, you know. Option 1, option 2, our little favorite game we play that's called Spot the Difference. Pretend I didn't know the information that I just gave to you guys and would play everything the same way. So whether melody is in left hand or right hand, say doesn't matter. If you didn't hear any of that information, you would play like this. Enough of the horrible playing. Okay, are we getting an idea, you guys? We've talked about voicing, we've talked about technique, we've talked about dynamics, we've talked about phrasing. one teeny little thing left. That is the easiest one actually in that song. The pedaling. Pedaling should not cause or be too much of a difficulty in that particular song. Just be sure that every new harmony, every change of your bass, you refresh your pedal. New pedal, new pedal, new pedal, and new pedal. As soon as my bass changes, it means the whole harmony changes. Hence, the pedal gets refreshed. So do you guys feel that by now you have a lot better and clearer idea of, say, how long it's gonna take you to learn Moonlight Sonata if you just first, say, started practicing it, or that's been your dream to learn? Now you will know how long it will take you. You know that it's your own pace. You know it's about your commitment to regular practicing. Practice on the days that you eat. Give me in your comments, practice on the days that I eat. I do encourage you to subscribe to my channel, click notification bell, click like. It's really helpful and a tremendous support and means a lot, makes a huge difference. YouTube loves those likes and comments, so I love them too, and we all support one another this way, and everybody benefits from it. So thank you in advance for your subscriptions, your likes. And question I received couple days ago. The question was in regards to how to sign up for my one-on-one piano lessons. Guys, it's super easy. I teach on Zoom. My actually spots are filling up fast, and I do take inquiries only and only from serious students via my website. Not the email address. It's a website that you're going to have to visit, which is www.annachepikovapiano.com. All the links you need to know, including my Instagram page and my Facebook page and my website. Please do follow me on Instagram. Please support me there as well. And click on those links and send me that inquiry. There's a button that says send inquiry. This is the only way we accept new requests for piano lessons 101. So go ahead and decide for yourself whether you can learn to play that Moonlight Sonata like a real pro. I believe you can. That's why you tuned in to that channel and stayed watching this video till the very end. Thank you guys so much. And I think that you decide for yourself. You're ready now for deciding that for yourself. Whether the difficulty level is appropriate for your current skills, your current level of commitment to regular practicing is, or not. I believe it is. Get out there, guys. Enjoy your practice. Share with your comments. Support those others looking for advice. Those other folks sharing their experience with Moonlight Sonata or with any other musical experience, piano learning journey that we all are in together. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys at my next video. Anna Chepikova with you, concert pianist. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and make it a musical one.